هذا هو اليوم الذي صنعه الرب فلنفرح ولنتهلل به. المسيح قام من بين الأموات ووطئ الموت بالموت ووهب الحياة للذين في القبور. المسيح قام من بين الأموات ووطئ الموت بالموت ووهب الحياة للذين في القبور. Χριστός ανέστη επνεκρόν θανάτων βαπτίσας και της εν τη μνήμας η ζωή ευχαρισάμενο.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the next segment of Big Bang Theory's BTSvlog. Yes, Monsieur, Christos Anesti, and Christ is risen. It is 12 hours and 18 minutes into the day of Monday, May 30th, 2016. And you may be asking yourself if you've been watching the vlogs on and off or through a period of time that we're happened to May 29th. Well, I was supposed to vlog, but I didn't. I ended up going to church really late, around 10 o'clock in the morning. Usually I'm in going to church between 7 and 8. But at first my ride had canceled because he had something to do. And then what the guy had to do fell through, so at 10 o'clock we went off to church, and it just wasn't enough time to... I had my camera with me, I just didn't take it out and vlog. And when I got back, I was too tired. I ended up sleeping basically till just about 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I got up and started doing I started milling around and getting bits and pieces of work done. But again, I didn't vlog because I was too tired to. You know, I was just too tired. You know, it's an excuse, but at the same time, it's the reality. Sometimes you have just enough energy to get some of the work done you need to get done. Like I fixed up some of the how this show, Big Bang Theory's BTSvlog, and in general how CyborgAlphaTV appears on the network, appears on the internet. So I added some blog pages which gets some more views. I'm also working on fixing up my websites. That was the other thing that I brought. That was the other segment of the network I brought back online just about 2 weeks ago. So I'm still working on the web pages for there and sort of spreading that out. There's a large chunk of work to get done that I'm slowly clicking through. And if you're feeling like kind of fatigued or your days are kind of flipping around uncontrollably, then what ends up happening is that you only have room for essential work, and everything sort of everything else pops off. But and the thing is, vlogging is somewhat essential. It's not fully essential. It's not if I've got other things to do ahead of time, ahead of vlogging, because vlogging isn't the main thing. Research is the main thing. If I have to push the research ahead further, and that causes the vlogging to fall off, which it did for just about 6 months to a year, it fell off, and you'll see a gap there in the on the blog pages. You'll see a gap in vlogging, and it's because various different aspects of the project fell off, and they fell into a holding pattern that I couldn't control, and it caused a significant gap in the vlogging. So now I'm coming back with sort of a fresh view of things, and it's time to revamp things. And slowly but surely that's getting done, in addition to clearing off a lot of the backlog that I still have. Every time I get knocked out for a few days or something happens, work just starts to back up. And so that's sort of where we are now with everything. And I'm going to try this week to do work on living the kawaii life. That was sort of the other half of the nerd life. But I said the first thing I had to get done over the weekend was fixing up the blogspot pages and connecting things to the channel better so that I get more viewership. So right now my viewership is between basically 2 or 3 up to 10. If I could start moving that up towards a larger number, that would be better. But you know, these things take time. I'm not the standard YouTube channel. I looked at sort of the tips on it for improving your viewing on your YouTube channel, or specific to the show. And they're always talking about, you know, look at a trending topic. Try to pick something that's entertaining and catching. Well, the problem is that if you're doing something different, that's really different, that's not on this usual path, particularly if you're dealing with physics and science, which a lot of people find really boring. You know, the real aspects of research. I mean, there's a reason why Discovery Channel and PBS doesn't do the real science. They do this sort of entertainment spiel. The reason why they do that entertainment stuff is because the research takes its years worth of work, and it's not exciting the way you see on TV day to day. From the scientist's perspective, from the research perspective, I have an exciting life because I'm seeing something new every single day. But it's hard to sort of bring that into the camera with with a lot of graphics and a lot of these things are hard to sort of bring. They're hard to bring in. They're hard to sort of document on the fly. I'll be trying more of that this week when I bring in InstaVlogs, which will start. InstaVlogs will be a sort of a somewhat edited version of BTSvlog. There'll be more content in it, more specific content, and this is where I can start putting in graphics. I can start putting in some more of the sort of the stuff that people like in terms of their entertainment value for science. So, but these things are things that have to be worked on and worked into the schedule. These things have to be worked into the schedule. So, it's going to take some doing. So we'll see what happens this week. The goal is for this week, but can't be sure about that. Can't guarantee that's what's going to end up happening. So I'm going to have. I just had a bowl of strawberries. I'm going to have a glass of milk, actually milk tea. Finish watching Kim Possible, and then I'm going to go to bed because I'll be up again at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, 6 o'clock in the evening to go to my parents' house for dinner. And that will start the remainder of my day. So I'm only going to get about just about 5-6 hours worth of sleep. So that's good enough. I'll see you in the next segment of Big Bang TheReal's BTSvlog. Welcome back, everyone, to the next segment of Big Bang TheReal's BTSvlog. Once again, I'm outside filming by security light. So let's start off. Christos Anesti, Messiah Cham, and Christ is risen. It is 4 hours and 43 minutes into the day of Tuesday, May 31st, 2016. Surprisingly enough, I remembered that from 5 minutes ago when I looked up. Well, not 5 minutes, 2 minutes ago when I just looked at my phone. That's because I don't have a clock on. Usually I can give you a very accurate time and date stamp because I'm standing in front of a clock. There's a clock right in front of me, but now there's not a clock in front of me. I have to check the date and time, come over here, do the video, and that's the way it's done. So it's whatever the time discrepancy is, whatever time it takes me to walk from the chair, which is basically over there. Here's my open door. That's my open door there. And so from whatever time it takes me to walk from my open door to here, that is the time discrepancy. So let's say this here. I've got a clock going. It is now on a countdown timer. Let's wait for this 27, 30. Walking over to here. We still have pretty good lighting. It's 36. So it takes about 6 seconds to go from my chair to here, and so there's a 6-second discrepancy on these videos in terms of the time and date stamp, particularly when I'm out here filming. It's actually a nice night out. It's about 63 degrees. That's one of the reasons why I'm out. It's not hot and muggy. And I'm giving my place to degas. A lot of times with these industrial units, they don't have a lot of windows in them. And if you open the windows during the day, particularly when it's hot and muggy out, you let the hot air in. So if you want to degas, what you have to do is you open your back door and allow the system to sort of naturally bounce out. The hot air from the unit comes out, and the cooler air, the 63 degree air rather than the 80 degree air, comes in. So I smell skunk, so there must be some skunk activity going on at night here. I mean, I've tried filming out here at night, trying to film the different animals, but the thing is very difficult because there's not much to see. Most animals that work at night, they're the nocturnal animals. They do so because they can't be seen. It's one of their ways they protect themselves from predators. Anyways, I'm gonna sort of sit here. This is sort of the beginning of my day. I've already got up. I've done some of the sort of the necessities, the necessary odds and ends to get the day started. But the day's not going to start for another hour or so. It's about it's 4:45 now. It won't start till 5:45 because I sort of let it air out for about an hour. So an hour's worth of exchange should be good enough, and we'll go from there. Anyways, I will see you in the next segment of Big Bang Theory's BTSvlog. Alright, take it easy. Welcome back, everyone, to the next segment of Big Bang Theory's BTSvlog. Yeah, let's get our day started off properly. Messiacom, Grisos and SD, Crisis Resident, and let me give you a time and date stamp. It is 6 hours and 38 minutes into the day of Tuesday, May 31st, 2016. Yeah, so it's time to get the day started. Oh, actually, the day has already been started. It started around 6 o'clock. I did the initial airing out of the place and sort of the early work before I had my breakfast. I've just had the first part of my breakfast now. I plan to do some work in the music studio today, to do some fixing up still that needs to be done. Then I also plan to do some cleaning up in the kitchen diner. When the diner is used on a regular basis to make your food, to make your menu, and the breakfast today was basically hard-boiled eggs and milk tea. That was the first part of my breakfast. The second part of my breakfast, after I do this, will be another glass of milk tea and a bowl of blueberries. So I always make sure that I have fruit after every meal. So I use right now is blueberries and strawberries. They're good for the eyes. They add pigments back into the system again. So I've done that. I'm doing that. Did some fixing up on some of the systems here so I could do the next chunk of work. I should be, because of the work I'll be doing in the music studio and electronics bench, I should have things cleared up enough that I'll be able to work on getting out extra videos. So more videos will be coming out. I'd still have to sort of, before I go to the front room there to do work, I still have to finish some work on Big Bang TheResearchDesk here. Bring the blog up to current, make it, put more posts to it so that it represents where we are, because I had sort of neglected it for a while, and it kind of fell back, and it was out of date. So bring it up to date. You can't put all the vlogs in at once because there's so many vlogs that you have to sort of work on them to sort of you have to introduce them bit by bit. Otherwise, you'll overwhelm the list, overwhelm the blog, and people won't find the material the way you want them to find material. So The way I'll do this now is that I'm adding about 6 vlogs a day, and I think I should be caught up today or tomorrow with the post to the Big Bang TheResearchDesk blog. And this sort of gives me extra exposure to, for the show, gets the TV channel more exposed. And I'll be adding in today, the second thing I'll be doing today is connecting Big Bang TheResearchDesk, the vlog, particularly the BTSvlog, connecting it to the university that I have, the Academia-University-TV. I'm going to start connecting these two things together so that you can take the vlogs in many ways as lectures. Imagine you're sitting in class listening to your professor talk about how you do research, how you take your thoughts and ideas and grow them from the concept into reality. And that's kind of what's going on here, is we take thoughts and ideas, we have these, our thoughts about things, and then we start testing the reality. How far out do you take this? When you want to do something on the computer, have your thoughts and ideas. How long does it take to sort of start breaking up the projects, breaking up that one massive project into sub-projects, and getting these sub-projects done? And this is kind of what's going on here. And it's exactly the way university works. University shouldn't be just simply sitting in class and listening to lectures and that's it. There needs to be more to this. It's about pushing your boundaries, and this is what Academia University is about. Academia University is about pushing your boundaries. But if you want your standard education, you go to a regular university and you get your standard education. If you want something more, if you want to push the boundaries, you want to push the boundaries of your knowledge, then you come to a university like my university called Academia University. It's spelled in Greek, and you use that to push your knowledge to its absolute limit, or as far as you can go. So that's kind of the way things are done here. Anyways, I think I'm going to leave this here for now, and I will see you guys in the next segment, because I hope to vlog more throughout the day today, so let's make that a regular thing, but, we'll see how things go. So see you in the next segment. The preceding graphic denotes an amendment to the BTSvlog for May 30th and 31st, the BTSvlog for May 30th and 31st, 2016. Apparently, Kitty's mama, I used a 1 minute and 24-second clip of their video to demonstrate options on IPTV to show what type of family shows are available, what shows that I watch, how I chose my shows, and how I've basically constructed IPTV for those of you who want to cut the cable. This is for people who want to have competition out there so that the United States doesn't become a sort of a totalitarian state, because what happens is that there is a takeover of media. There has been a steady takeover of media since 1990, and more media is being locked up behind these copyright laws, and these copyright laws are fundamentally unconstitutional. You won't even. They think the video was 1 minute and 20 seconds, and that throughout most of the clip, I was talking over it. The clip was in the background. It wasn't the primary thing. It was only the primary. It was only in the video on camera, demonstrating my TV. It was only on the TV that in focus, the video focus for basically 55 seconds. 55 seconds. I was showing 55 seconds of it. It was shaky. I was testing out the video to see if I could use the small handheld monopod, and so it was 55 seconds. But they apparently didn't want that, and so they flagged it and took it down. And they didn't flag just a part. They flagged the entire video is flagged and blocked. So this is the reason for the amendment. This is the reason why I've chosen to do what I'm adding in now, and because they're basically with the DCMA, the violations of the Constitution and the way YouTube works. You cannot comment on any content that is not approved of, even though in the law itself, called the Fair Use Clause of law itself, says that you can criticize the work. The way it's defined makes it very difficult to criticize any work without a user's permission. And this is a fundamental violation of free speech. And so I would actually argue right now, because this is a clear demonstration of the United States no longer has free speech. The Americans no longer have free speech. And this is right after Memorial Day. We remember the people who fought and died for the ideals of freedom, but no one cares. No one cares about the U.S. Constitution. No one cares about the ideals of American liberty, about free speech. Not when it comes to making their own money, not when it comes to their own pocket. And so this is the situation here, and this is, said before, in BTSvlog, in the scientific log, you do not replace the video. You don't simply erase it and say, okay, that's it. What you do is you make an amendment when you have like this, and you make note towards the amendment. So this is the amendment to the BTSvlog, the scientific vlog, for May 30th to May 31st, 2016. Now, if the United States ever gets back its freedom again, it ever has free speech, maybe I'll post the rest of this video. But it's a sad day. It's a very sad day to see Americans acting as traitors and trampling on the Constitution when people have died for it. People have given their lives and fighting for our freedoms, and we don't care anymore. It's a very sad day.